Hello and welcome to day 2 of our 9-day video series on banishing your blocks to success. I'm Lara Young and today we're going to be talking about block number 2, which is skill. Now if you missed day 1, that was all about data and information, so go ahead and find that video and then come back here and watch this one. So in terms of skill, what you're saying to yourself is, I don't yet have the skills I need to succeed. You know what to do, so you've got the information about what you need to do, but you don't feel capable of doing it. So here are some examples of how this may play out for you in your business. For visibility, it may be that you know that you need to do more live videos, more blog posts, more engagement and interaction or cheers in groups, but you don't really feel capable at the moment of doing it, and it's quite a common one. For marketing, it may be that you recognize that Facebook ads could really help your business, or that you need to write some great copy that will engage and inspire people, or that you need to create a sales page. And again, you know that you need to do it, but you don't think you're capable of it. For engagement, it's about having perhaps a social media plan or a newsletter, and you're not quite sure how to get started. For services, it may be conducting Zoom calls like this one, live events, or a mastermind. For attraction, it may be that you're not sure how to create an opt-in, what opt-in or lead magnet are you going to do, and how are you going to run and manage discovery calls. For income, it may be that you're not quite sure how to go about making offers or onboarding clients. So you know the process, you know the theory of what you ideally will be doing, but you don't yet feel that you have the skills to do it. You don't yet quite feel that you're capable of doing it. So if you have this block, it's quite common. Now the reality is that each and every moment you are creating your own reality, and your choice is to do it or not to do it. And I think saying I'm not capable, or I'm not ready, or I don't have the skill yet is a real block for some people. And it also, again, like data and information, can keep us in that vortex of inertia. It can keep us standing still rather than moving forward to where we want to be. It can be another one of those very common excuses as to why people aren't moving forward and taking action in their businesses. Now, you're able to choose in any given moment whether you're productive, whether things are easy, whether you're enjoying the experience or not, and it really is up to you. And as we know, the easier things are, the more likely we are to do them. And often it can be just about getting started, because the more you experience joy or enjoyment of doing something, the more likely you are to want to do it. And of course, the more you do something, the better you get. And the better you get, the more confident you are. And the more confident you are, the more you enjoy it. And the more you enjoy it, the more you do it. And the more you do it, the better you get. You can see that this is a cycle. What I want for you more than anything is to enjoy whatever you're doing in your life and your business. And so part of that is taking that very first step of actually taking the action that you know that you need to take. It's like when you go on a beachside holiday, you dip the toe in the water and invariably it's cold. You do not want to get into that water. But the minute you do, you think, oh gosh, this is lovely. And it becomes something that you get used to, and you'll do it time and time again. The next time you're lying on your sun lounge or on your beach towel and you feel the sun beating down and you think, oh, that water looks inviting, you'll know that it is lovely and it's wonderful once you're in there. So it's actually taking that dive into the water, taking that first step to start doing things, to get better at them and increase your level of enjoyment of doing them. And the key here is, of course, to find what you enjoy, and then just keep doing more of that. Find out what about the experience you enjoy. So the key to developing a new skill is to take action that will make the experience of doing it more enjoyable. So what specifically will you do to give yourself more enjoyment in practicing a skill that you're currently developing? So maybe, for example, if you know that you need to do more engagement on social media, you know that you need to do more videos, go live more often, maybe it's about joining an accountability group to inspire and support you to do that, to run a little challenge with people to say, okay, well, this is what's going to make it really enjoyable to me. Maybe it's about finding a group of people that you can then report back into, feed back into, whatever it is. And I think it's also key to thinking about, okay, What are the skills that I've already developed that are now second nature? What is something that I didn't know how to do before in my business or in my life that I now know and it's really easy for me? And think about how you develop those skills, because we've all got strategies for the way in which we develop our skills. For some it's about, looking at lots of information. For some it's about just jumping in and trying it. So let's just talk a little bit about strategies now. The key thing is it's about finding your gear. Now, gear is an acronym for goals. So the goals are what do you want to achieve and what is the desired outcome. The evidence procedure is how do you know when you have it? So how will you know when that goal is a reality? And of course, what we're doing here is we're looking for a real sensory experience of that. So we're looking for what will you see when you have it? What will you hear? What will you feel? What will you be saying to yourself? What will you be hearing other people say? And it's really important that you create that full sensory experience of how you'll know that you're successful. So say, for example, if your goal is that you want to get 5 discovery calls in a week, your evidence procedure may be that you've got 5, you can see the calendar and you know that you've got 5 discovery calls in your diary, and that you know that, and then you have the discovery calls so that you've got Zoom set up or whatever mechanism you're going to use to have those calls. Now, the next thing, of course, the A is about action. So what will you do to achieve it? What will you actually do to achieve a goal? Because it's no good sitting there, creating a goal, popping it on your vision board, and then not taking any action to actually make it happen. And so really start to think about, okay, what action will I take to achieve it? And then the recovery strategy. And here's a really important one, because this is what can knock us off track from a mindset perspective and get us back into that place of inertia, is what will happen if you get off track? What will happen if things aren't working? What will you actually do if you get 3 discovery calls in your diary instead of 2? Now, what I'd like you to do is to think about this: goals, evidence, action, and recovery. And then think about something, a skill that you've learnt, and apply these gears to that. So what was the goal that you wanted to achieve? How did you set up that you know that you'd have it? What did you actually do to achieve it? And then what was your recovery strategy in case it was going off track? And what we're paying attention to here is, where is the enjoyment in it? Where is the joy in achieving it? And this often happens at the evidence and the action step process, but it can also happen in terms of the way in which we write our goals, because those goals that we're really excited and passionate about, that really light us up, we write them down in a different way to the way in which perhaps we write down goals that we're not so excited about. Now, there are a lot of things, as I mentioned in the previous list, that maybe you know from an intellectual perspective you need to actually do to move forward in your business. Okay, so for example, being visible and having lives, and starting to use video in your business. But maybe it's something that doesn't light you up. The key is to find ways to make it exciting, to make it enjoyable for you. And the way that we can do that is by finding parallels in what was enjoyable about a goal that we actually enjoyed achieving, the actions that we took, the way in which we wrote that goal, and really focus on the outcome beyond the outcome of that. What will this actually get for you or enable you to do? So by going live, you're going to be building your know, like, and trust factor with people. You're going to be building your audience. You're going to be sharing the value, sharing what you've got to offer the world. And then you'll be ultimately getting clients, and then ultimately getting income from those clients. And then that obviously has a knock-on effect to your life and to their lives as well. So I always want you to think about what's the goal beyond the goal too. So the next step here then is to think about something that you really want to be more effective at. What's the skill that you really want to develop that you know is pretty critical to the success of your business? Now think it's about something you're already great at. What do you do really well? It comes as second nature to you. What do you really enjoy doing? And then create a gear analysis for each event. So write down the goal for the thing that you want to be more effective at, and write down the goal for the thing that you're already really effective at. What was your goal at that time? And then write down what's the evidence procedure for both, what are the actions for both, and what is the recovery strategy for both. And pay attention so that you're taking as many effective gear elements from the thing that you've really enjoyed doing as you possibly can, and translate them over into the new skill that you're wanting to develop. So if there's a high interaction with people in the one that you really enjoyed, then make sure there's people interaction in the other one as well. If there's high research element that you really enjoy in one, add it to the other one as well. You see where I'm going with this? Whatever we do, whatever we enjoy doing, we do more of. Whatever we enjoy doing, we do more of. We get better when we do more of something. The better we get, the better we feel. And ultimately, all of this is about feeling good. The better we feel, the more we want to do. And that is how success breeds. So that is block number 2, and tomorrow we'll be back with block number 3, which I've given you a little sneak peek at, which is actually belief. I'd love to hear what you want to be more effective at down below, and also just write down what elements you know that need to be part of it for you to feel good, for you to move forward, for you to develop a skill. And I really look forward to hearing your responses and any feedback that you have. I'm Lara Young, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks for watching.